Night Rides with Thanks for Riding.
Star Wars! Beautiful Star Wars!
I was thinking this the same exact
Yeah.
way.
That's the only way you start Star Wars discussions.
Nothing but Star Wars.
Star Wars to you.
All right, so Disney's finally going to do something with this. Well, hold on. Before we really dig into this,
Rip into it.
what do you think of Star Wars? The movies?
Star Wars! Oh. No? Is that what you were going for?
I'm just trying to establish a base level here of fandom.
With just the idea of the franchise?
Yeah, just to get an idea of where we're both coming from.
I like Star Wars. I like the original trilogy. I know I'm not breaking any new ground by saying that. Isn't that what anybody about our age says?
I think so.
You know, aside from the handful that maybe don't like it at all or never got into it. But yeah, I like the original trilogy. It was never my favorite. Never my favorite movies. And I don't know everything about it. But I've seen those three movies a bunch of times each, and I like it. I like it as a thing. You know, whatever Star Wars is, it's cool with me. It's a good fantasy universe. That's me. So what do you think?
I'm the same, really. They're fine movies. Not my favorite bunch of movies, but yeah, they're a lot of fun. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, it's just good, clean fun.
Yeah, great adventure stories.
Yeah, I mean, again, the originals. Most everything else that's grown out of it in the last 20 years is pretty much crap. And now that Disney has their hands on it, yeah, I'm not terribly excited or anticipating all this new crap that they're going to do or they plan on doing. I am looking forward to the new movie, but that's it. I think that's fine just to do it because I guess why the hell not at this point. But other than that, the fact that they depending on where you look, I mean, they may have as many as like 10 other movies already planned, already penciled in for different years over the next decade or more. All these different standalone stories and offshoots and spin-offs, and I'm not excited about any of that. I don't even think I'll even see any of that. You know, TV shows that are all going to be additional spin-offs or whatever. None of that. I don't care about any of that.
I don't even really care about the new one that's coming out. I'm not really planning on seeing it, actually. I'll catch it later.
Yeah, you've said that to me.
I just don't care very much.
Didn't even care about that.
Yeah,
let
not
alone
really.
anything else around it. Yeah, it's.
I mean, that's just part of it is, you know, again, not the biggest Star Wars fan, but also I don't really like the director. I don't like J.J. Abrams very much. If it was a more interesting director, I would be interested, but it's going to be fine, I'm sure. I'll catch it later, though.
Fair enough. Now that Disney owns Star Wars, as weird as that is to say in a way,
Yeah.
you know, not that many years ago, you wouldn't have really thought that was even possible. It's only natural that there would be more Star Wars stuff in the parks. Well, what do you think about Star Tours?
Oh, I like Star Tours.
The one attraction that's already been there for a long time.
Well, I like Star Tours a lot better in its original form.
Version 1.
Yeah, that was great, actually. I did really like that. It was a very good pod simulator.
Yeah, original Star Tours, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I would say it was one of my favorite simulators.
It's like that and Questor, really. I mean, what else is there that are on the level of those two?
Yeah, that's interesting. A little personal note here. The first ever simulator I did my first and second in the same week. And the first one I did was Body Wars. And even at a young age, I remember not being terribly impressed. It was kind of a ho-hum experience. And then it was within the next 2 days, I rode Star Tours at then MGM Studios. And that blew me away. I was 10 years old at the time, and even at that age, I knew what it was, it still made me second guess and think for a second, are we really moving? Did they do some kind of a track in a warehouse, but then we're just in this vehicle with a screen in front of us? I actually second guessed that at that time.
Okay.
It really got me. The new version, not as good.
It's not very good, no.
No, what they did to it, they cut the balls off.
They did.
So they did,
yeah.
and there's a lot less movement now.
Yeah. But, not just that. I just don't like the particular scenes. Most of them. I just don't think it was done as well. And I'm not a fan of the randomizer idea where it's a totally different set of scenes each time you ride it. But that's just me, I guess. I think you should just figure out what the best version is of all those scenes. Just figure out a really great storyline, set of scenes to put together, and just have that be it every time. So you get the best one every time.
I know where you're coming from. I do like, or at least I'm intrigued by the idea of the rewritability that it creates.
Oh, sure. I totally understand why this exists. Why Disney put it in. I completely understand that. And I don't fault them for that either.
That's fair enough then, I guess, on your part. Yeah, because I mean, I like it. It doesn't always work the best, unfortunately, but I at least like the theory. And in that attraction, that doesn't bother me. It just bothers me the fact that none of the parts have the motion that they did in the original.
Yeah,
it's the whole thing. It was kind of leveled out and kind of flatlined. It just kind of doesn't. It's really noticeable. It's not like a little. They didn't just take a little off the movement. Like they took a lot off.
Yeah,
and it's just really noticeable. All right, so we both like though the idea of Star Tours. I think that was the perfect concept. There's the idea of a simulator, a pod simulator, was perfect. And it's been a long time. The first one of those was 86.
87,
in Land, or 87.
Yeah, 86, 87.
And then a bit later in Florida.
Yeah, 90? 89, 90? No, not 89, but 90?
But I think 90.
Okay.
But yeah. Now we're talking Star Wars Land. We're talking it in 2015.
Yeah.
Where now let's get a frame of reference here. Maybe 2019 you'll see it, if even.
Maybe.
Right? They don't put dates on these things anymore.
No.
When Disney will announce things, they won't even put dates on it because they stopped. They know they're not going to stick to any date, so they don't even bother.
Yeah.
Just sometime in the future. My first thought is that this makes sense. If you're going to do a new Superland, an all-encompassing themed world, Star Wars is a fit.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's come up even on this show because
I think it has.
We were surprised that they would do Avatar before Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
For one example. So it makes sense. It's almost limitless what you could do.
Oh, completely.
Because there's a ton of established worlds. There's a ton of established characters and a ton of established vehicles. They just scratched the surface in what was MGM Studios, whatever the hell it's called now. They changed the name every week, I think. Where they built one of those walkers, one of the four-legged walkers. They did, yeah. From Empire.
Yeah.
They did build one of those and something else, I think, outside the building.
I think also like
is it the land speeder?
Whatever it is that fights the. I know we're gonna get comments on this because we don't know the names of these things.
Oh boy! Oh, between the two of us,
the four-legged giant thing that looks like an elephant or something, whatever that's supposed to be modeled after, whatever animal. The thing that fights it.
We're not super fans.
The good guys that fight that. They have one of those.
You caught us red-handed. We're not Star Wars super fans. We never claimed to be.
No.
Yeah, it's like, I know, I can see all this stuff in my mind, but I don't know what it's called.
Well, yeah.
So they just scratched the surface with those couple things.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a whole park.
Yeah. Now, interesting, the location that this Star Wars land is supposed to take place in, the fantasy locale, is actually a brand new one. They're saying it's not something from one of the movies that you've seen before.
What's it gonna be?
Well, it's gonna be.
I got you, huh?
Well, they
You got me.
They haven't released very many details.
It's a new.
It's gonna be.
It's a new planet, though.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be on both coasts. First of all.
Yeah.
All right. They're doing it in Disneyland. It's going to take over the Big Thunder Ranch area. In Florida, it's going into Hollywood Studios. It's going to take over a bunch of the New York street or whatever it was called most recently. It was like just Cities of America Street or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's going to take over a lot of that. Complete details are scarce.
Yes.
Disney, that's their new thing. They play everything close to the chest. They like to not really, either that or they just really don't know. I kind of tend to lean toward they don't know these days.
Oh, okay.
That they don't even know what they're going to do anymore. Not that there's, I understand there's still, Imagineering still exists and there's still Imagineers. And I'm sure they have tons of ideas and models and drawings and stuff. But I just don't think the money guys, they're never quite sure what they're going to ultimately approve and what the final budget's going to be and what of those plans that Imagineering cooks up that they're ultimately going to actually get to. And it just seems that that's how they do it now. They just kind of, they announce it, they start it, and then it just kind of takes shape as it goes. They start construction and then they see how far they can get before money gets to a certain point. You know, the amount of money spent gets to a certain point, and then they say, okay, I guess this is about what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not really like a concise, this is what we're doing plan anymore from them. Can't say I really like that. I mean, I see how you could twist that and say that, you know, well, it's adventurous. It's like, you don't even know. You know, it's like, you know, it's Star Wars. You love Star Wars, and then you know it's Disney, so it's gonna be high quality, and then you just don't even know what specifically is gonna be there, though. I'd rather know.
Oh yeah, I would like to know what we're getting, because it's like a vague promise. You'll get Star Wars. I promise. I didn't say what exactly, but you'll get something.
Yeah, didn't say what, didn't say when.
Yeah. So what are they really getting? Is it 1 or 2 e-ticket attractions and what?
Well, is there anything else?
I don't know.
That we know?
For sure, I don't know. I mean, well, I agree with you when you said that that they don't even know, because whatever they have said, it's going to take them so long to build this damn thing. Stuff could get cut all the time, so who the hell knows?
Yeah, cut or changed.
Yeah.
Altered in some way.
So I think it's, at this point in time, to a certain extent, it's kind of pointless to talk about what they're doing, because I have a feeling it will change. Not if it will change, like it will change, I think. But who the hell knows?
So nothing solid.
In the artwork, they're showing a Millennium Falcon, like a full scale one. Maybe they'll have that. It looks like the environment will be woodsy. There's a lot of giant, I don't know, kind of like dead looking trees, but some moss, some greenery.
I mean, it's funny though, because it's the first thing they did, and they've had it for almost 30 years. Is the simulator,
mm-hmm.
and that is the most natural fit.
Yeah,
and it's like almost
they can take you into space.
They took you into the world, into Star Wars.
Yeah.
You experienced the jump to light speed. You experienced the trench on the Death Star. You got it. You got it. So it's like anything they do is going to fit a little bit less than that. You know, any kind of Disney doesn't do really all out roller coasters anyway, but any kind of a roller coaster isn't going to be a true fit.
Right.
It'd be a stretch of some sort. I know there's some
that's not a good fit.
There's some kind of speeder bike thing though. That's the thing, right? Isn't that happening somewhere
Oh, I mean the Tron
on the planet?
thing?
Oh, it's a Tron thing.
Yeah, that's the Shanghai Disney park that they're still building. It's gonna
That's
have
okay. It's something like that. It's not as good of a fit as the Sim Pod was,
Mm-hmm.
or any other kind of an in the dark. If you do an inside indoor roller coaster, a dark ride, Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
It comes back to that. It comes back to Dark Ride Adventure.
I was gonna say
Their version of that, finally.
like a sequel to Indiana Jones. Finally, update that technology.
We'll do the
and do
full
something with
do
that.
the full Sim Pod on a
Yeah,
track.
right. Yeah,
Which they've been-
that would be the next step.
They just want to pretend like Universal didn't have an awesome idea with that. And,
Yeah,
like they're just too proud to admit that they should do their own version of that, and
Yeah.
they've avoided it all these years, which is just dumb. But yeah, something like that. So it's like that would be a real Star Tours 2. Take you out of the stationary pod, so there's movement, there's real sets, plus the screens depicting space and feeling the motion. and all
I was
that.
gonna say, if they could make you feel like you're actually in space and you're in the middle of a space battle with that sim pod on a track,
Yeah, that's
that'd
the
be
ride.
fucking awesome.
All right, so I guess we just brainstormed to figure it out. There you go. Anything short of that, and Disney can go fuck themselves.
Right, because what are they gonna do?
A regular dark ride?
like regular. That's not gonna cut.
No,
it.
let me guess, guys. A boat.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say, are they
That's,
gonna?
that's the rumor for anything they do now. It's just like, and one of the staple attractions is going to be like the boat ride through whatever. It's like
Through
there's
the trench of the Death Star.
yeah, there's no fucking boat ride in Star Wars at any point in the movies. There might have actually been something dumb like that in the prequels, but
Oh, I think there was.
there was some
actually.
kind of thing they float on at one point, floating rafts or something. But no, anything like that, and it's like you lost me at least. You lost this show.
Well, you
Not that we're Disney endorsers anyway,
right. But you could take whatever they're gonna do for Avatar Land and World and just do the Star Wars themed version of that.
oh, do you like
Do like the next Soren,
whatever this, yeah, or
What-
just the same Soren technology and just make that
Right.
and
just change out the film essentially.
yeah, just do a Star Wars film with,
or do like a boat ride, like you said.
yeah. But that's the sad thing. I can see them doing that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. It has to be nothing short of a full, all-out dark ride adventure, Simpod, robot arm on a track. One of those two. If you want to go the next step and mention, the Potter Forbidden Journey and that technology, their version of that, something like that, where you really can experience a full space battle, a real Star War.
There you go.
On a ride. And again, anything short of that, at least in my opinion, the whole thing is falling short.
Either that or something we just haven't seen before. But it's always tough because we haven't seen it before.
Like, there's no
So-
way. Yeah, we don't know. It's hard to come up with it. So some other first of its kind. But otherwise, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna look nice. It'll be themed really well. And,
It'll look great.
but there's already that little section in MGM, the studios now, whatever it's called, Hollywood Studios. I guess they should just change to Star Wars Studios. Why don't they just do that? But there's already that little section, so that's cool. But yeah, I know for me, it's not gonna blow me away. Just seeing if they do build a full scale Millennium Falcon, like okay, cool, but like it's just sitting there.
Yeah. Can't go in it.
I almost wouldn't care if all they were doing was just one e-ticket, maybe getting this Dark Ride Adventure off the ground and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole land thing is, it's barely started, but like I'm already sick of this Superland era.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm already getting a little sick of it, just because it's like they're spending a lot of money on things that I don't feel are the most important.
Well, it's actually, I'm split on this going into Disneyland. It going into
Okay.
Hollywood Studios,
You're right.
fine. That's great. That park needs a injection like that. It really does.
Hot star injection.
But with Disneyland, the thing with that is, on one hand, I'm glad they're actually doing something with that park because they haven't put in a major e-ticket since Indiana Jones, which was 20 years ago, and they haven't added a new land in a really long time.
Well, we did a discussion
And
on
it's
this not that
right.
long ago.
It's funny that we actually said I remember I said I can't see them adding a new land in the future, and they're doing that.
Well, yeah, the sum total of our discussion was that the park has become more of a museum,
Right.
and you said that that's really sad.
Yeah. So
And so it's funny that here they go now. They must have heard us, like the rest of the world. They listened, of course. It's our expert opinion, and they are actually going to do an entire new land in
Yeah.
that park.
and I'm glad that they're actually doing something with that park. However, I don't think this is the best use of Star Wars. I think it's too limiting because Star Wars is such a cash cow. To have just one land in Disneyland doesn't really make sense to me. I think it's a whole park.
Oh, you think it should be the whole park?
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier, but okay, you actually think they should do
Yeah,
that.
because there's way too much money to be made. And they're kind of just pissing it away on this land. It's too small for Star Wars.
I mean, I know there's enough for a whole park. I know I personally don't want to see it. I don't know about just a park. It's a foundation for the third gate if they were ever going to do it.
Yeah.
In fact, the fact that they're doing it this way probably is a very good indicator that there's no third gate on the table right now.
Yeah.
Because if there was, yeah, this would be an anchor for it. And that they are going to just do Star Wars in Disneyland, the already established park that has plenty of attendance as it is.
Right. Well, that was the
Would
other
tell
point.
you they're probably not doing
Yeah.
the third gate then.
Is that Disneyland routinely fills to capacity. And they have to, I guess, tell people to go to California Adventure because the park is just full. And now they're going to add a Star Wars land. I think that's insane. Why would you do that? Why would you take a park that already fills to capacity all the time and add an insanely popular thing like Star Wars into it? It's too much.
It's too much.
That's why I don't think it's a good idea.
You gotta add though. But the park does need new stuff.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We covered this.
Right, no, I want to see them change things up, but Star Wars is just too big for that place.
That's an interesting way to look at
So
it.
that's why I think it's a bad move to put it in Disneyland.
It should have been California Adventure.
If they were going to put it in one of the existing parks, yeah, California Adventure would be the better thing to do. Although it doesn't make any sense because it's not California based
In any way.
I
mean, half that park's become a movie studio park
It's
now
like-
anyway. So
yeah, I mean-
it would be like you could finally that whole front left of the park.
It's like, yeah.
That Monsters Inc. and all those closed theaters and
Yeah,
that closed
sure.
restaurant. You just tear all that out, and that's your Star Wars land
Yeah, you could do that.
right there. And yeah, that would have been better, perhaps.
So that's why I'm kind of split on this. I want to see Disneyland make changes, but at the same time, this was not the right change.
It's
I
tough
think.
because we've also, I know we've said this before. I know I've at least thought it. You know, we're not going to see. It's a sad state, perhaps, and I know neither one of us like it, but we're just not going to see anything go in now. At least to the major players, Disney or Universal. That's not movie based.
Oh,
You're
that's
just not.
right. Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, you're just not. So if it wasn't Star Wars, it would be something else. But it would have been a movie. You know, and that's kind of the problem. It's almost like, I think, and to your point, that this is not what you want to see in that park, although you do want to see something in Disneyland. But I think what we would like to see in Disneyland is just never going to happen.
It's probably true.
Because we want to see something original.
Yeah.
A new original concept, not based on a movie. Instead, based on, at least outside of Fantasyland. Fantasyland was movie and story based, you know, outside of just an original creation. But the other lands in that park were originally just based on adventure, giving you the chance to experience an adventure, whether it's a futuristic one or an Old West one or a jungle themed one, but just an adventure. It just that was the founding principle. Not that it had to be based on $1 million movie franchise. I know we both would like to see an homage after all these years to something that would have originally gone into to that park. But unfortunately, we're just not going to ever see that. So it's going to have to be a franchise. And now that they own like some of the biggest franchises ever to have existed, it's just going to be one of those. If it wasn't going to be that, it would have been Avengers or something. I mean,
yeah.
And then you'd say the same thing. Oh, that's too big too. I mean, it's like
Marvel
you can't
is
win.
too big.
You can't win. It's like you can't win.
Yeah.
You know, I would have rather have seen the separate, you know, Disney's everything we bought in the last decade park.
Yes, right. That would be the most ideal.
It would have been
thing to do.
the Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar park. Those three things.
Yeah.
You know, each one has subdivisions, and that's your park. And that's why you said it was sad, knowing that we're not going to get anything besides movie crap. I think Disneyland as a museum is actually fine, just because it's the lesser of two evils.
Oh.
I'd rather see that than we're now one at a time. We're going to take out the rest of the traditional stuff, and here's your Star Wars. And how many more years before they pull out New Orleans Square and make that Marvel Land, and then and then Tomorrowland gets whatever makeover, the Iron Man Stark Industries makeover, and then all of a sudden the whole park's fucked, because that's what this is. That's what this is the beginning of.
I guess you just can't win with Disney.
So I'd rather see the museum. I'd rather just keep it.
Ay.
Keep it. I mean, selfish or not, I'm going to go maybe like 2 more times in my life, and that's fine. And it's a museum, and whatever. And then fuck them.
Yeah.
And they're fucking me with my wallet. I mean, they're ripping me off with their prices. So yeah, that's. I'd rather see that with Disneyland. So yeah, this in Disneyland is.
Yeah, I know.
And I kind of, there wasn't really anything to do back there besides that bathroom, but
oh, that's gone. That's gonna be bulldozed.
But exactly, it's like I kind of like that area existing just the same.
Just a nice quiet area for that tiny park where there's a billion people in it all the time.
Just a nice little out of the way place.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine how it's going to work because the whole thing goes along the backside of Thunder Mountain.
Oh, that's the other thing too, is that
it's going to
be a dead end, right? So there's only going to be one way in and out of there, which is going to be horrendous. You're going to have to wait in line to get into that land.
For the land version, at least, yeah.
You have to control the crowd. They're going to be ravenous.
They're going to be like Rancors.
Yes, I want the Star Wars. I want it now, damn it.
Rancor didn't talk.
Well, all right. If you talked.
If it's the one I think
Star Wars.
Am I referencing the monster from Return of the Jedi? In Jabba's palace?
Yeah.
That's the Rancor,
I know what you're talking
right?
about, yeah.
With the spit hanging out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Stop motion guy? Okay. I've seen Star Wars. I've seen a rabbit. What else? And then I guess there's gonna be a drink.
Oh yeah.
Right,
they'll have like Wookiee juice or something.
Wookiee jizz.
And it's the green apple drink. It tastes like green apple. It's delicious.
In the end, they only have like 3, and they're just gonna keep doing those same 3. It's like the grape one, the orange one, and the green apple one. you saw them in Cars Land, and now they'll just have different names, but they'll be in Star Wars Land. Yeah, it's like whatever Ewok breast milk.
Oh my god!
No,
that's awful.
Oh no! In Jabba's palace, there was like the one alien chick with like 6 tits.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that happened. There'll be that.
All right.
Breast milk. Jabba jizz.
There you go.
Jabba jizz and.
Well, no. But they're gonna have like a bar, but it's gonna be themed to some obscure character that nobody knows.
Well, you gotta have the cantina, right?
No, they won't.
You're gonna walk in.
No, it's too hot. That's not that planet.
It's not Tatooine.
It's not that planet. So they have to have some bar but it's owned by
Jock Lindsay.
Right.
No, they're gonna have to figure out who. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Some obscure character that nobody knows.
It's Porkins.
Not that nobody knows, but yeah, Porkins Bar.
Porkins Bar.
Bar and Grill.
It's gonna be Porkins or what's the guy? Biggs.
Like Biggs. Wedge.
Is it Biggs? Wedge Antilles. It could be Wedge Antilles.
Antilles.
Or Biggs. Biggs is the guy that was almost completely cut out.
Oh, I have.
I think in deleted scenes in the first one, but then
Jason Biggs. I don't know.
It's like something like that. Is it Biggs? I'm thinking Riggs.
Mr. Big.
Lethal Weapon. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
I'm just thinking of Lethal Weapon now.
They're gonna have Murtaugh, right? They're gonna have Murtaugh's Bar and Grill. You know? Lethal Weapon Land, that'd be fun.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley.
Well, it would be Leo's something. He'd have something.
Oh, he'd have a bar?
It'd be like Leo. Leo's
okay.
place.
Leo's
It'd
place.
be like him. That ridiculous character.
It's like whatever you want, Leo gets.
Yeah, it'd be like Leo gets ... bar.
Okay.
No, Leo gets ... you a drink.
Sure. Leo gets me off.
Oh.
Oh, too far.
Me off.
You're right.
Right? That's my his first name's Jack.
Okay.
He goes to David Spade, he looks at him, yeah.
Yeah.
So proud of himself that he made that joke. Jack me off. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that is great.
Why don't they have a land for
I
that?
was gonna say.
It's just like Tommy Boy / Black Sheep land.
Yeah.
Because those movies are like interchangeable.
Hey,
It's really just one movie. Just watch them back to back.
if they did Wayne's World, they can do that.
Oh, that's for Paramount. They should have done, yeah. They should have done that. Farley and Spade land.
So anyway, so they're gonna.
We digress.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, they'll have that.
Disneyland is going to reroute the railroad for this.
Oh.
So they're going to change the
Say it ain't so.
RR, the double R.
Yeah, they're actually going extreme too. Yeah, not only are they, I mean, Big Thunder Ranch, I guess, wasn't much for them, and there was like that barbecue thing, but we never even ate that.
No.
We don't really trust the food there.
It looks very nice, but it doesn't have a lot of flavor.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but they're gonna so they're gonna reroute the
we're
railroad.
running the railroad,
and
and
Rivers of America apparently is being reduced by like 25% or something.
yeah,
They're losing like a quarter of that. They're taking like half of Tom Sawyer Island or something.
well, they're actually they're gonna tear down the old fort.
Oh, they're gonna do that.
I
Okay.
think is what that's been blocked off for years
Yeah.
already.
And all that I'm fine with, by the way. You know, you want to reroute the railroad a little bit. You want to, make the Rivers of America a little shorter. Take away some of Tom Sawyer Island. I'm fine with all those changes. That doesn't bother
I mean,
me.
all that stuff is kind of obsolete. It's all kind of
Yeah.
past its time.
Yeah. And then Phantasmic, I don't know if that's going to be altered too.
Well, why don't they just do like Star Wars Tasmic?
You know what? Why not?
And it'll be like
Star Tasmic
lightsabers and laser fire. It'll be like all the fireworks and everything. I mean, they could do that.
So the Rancor instead of the dragon.
And the Rancor at the end, yes.
Okay. It's all Rancor.
Yeah.
Still Rancor land.
Well, he wasn't that big. There's like the thing they
Wasn't that
the
big?
thing that actually like eats the Millennium Falcon. And they escape it later.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
a giant brontosaurus looking thing.
Oh, are they gonna have Minox?
Oh, that's
the
right. That's good trivia.
Minoc.
Minoc.
Belloc.
Yes, they call them Minosh. No, it's Minoc.
Go to Minosh. That's great.
Oh, we're having too much fun with this. This is great.
Yeah.
Star Wars. There's so much great stuff in Star Wars.
I mean, there is a lot of shit there. There's so much shit. That's why this one little land, it's not gonna cut it.
Droid. We didn't talk about droids. They're gonna have droids.
Oh.
They're gonna figure. Well, they've already figured that out. They had like the walking dinosaur animatraonic.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So they'll have to have like a real. It'll be like C-3PO and R2-D2 actually walking around.
What about the
For
droid trash can? They did have that.
Oh, that's right. In the first one, where they were really lazy, they just did like.
But they did that. But they had that in Tomorrowland.
Oh, you mean they had push?
They could bring that back.
Oh, you mean that? Okay, because there was in the first movie there was like at least one of the droids
Yeah.
was actually a trash can. They just modified it slightly,
Yeah.
like in the prop department, to make it like one of the droids. So they could just have like that trash can droid,
I want to see it, Disney.
the trash can guy. Yeah, they should do that. Do they do food? They don't really do food though. It's just the drinks.
Oh, Star Wars. Oh, you mean just Disney?
In general, have they done food yet?
Have they done food? They did something with cars, right? They had a couple of different food options.
They'll do something. Well, they'll have just the turkey legs, but they'll call them something. It'll be
Wookiee
something.
legs, Ewok legs.
Yeah, it'll be something from the movie. Well, you're supposed to like the Ewoks. You can't eat them.
Oh,
It'll be something from the movie that
are you supposed to like them?
that you don't care about. Yes, you're supposed to. When that one dies, you're supposed to care.
Oh yeah, right.
That's kind of sad.
Well, what about oh no, what's that creature in beginning of Empire?
Oh, the Yeti guys.
that they ride on.
Oh no, that thing.
Yeah.
I thought about the actual like snow.
No, not the
monster.
abominable snowman.
Yeah, what are those called? Wampas.
A wampa. Yeah, so he cuts them open, and so now,
But-
now you get to.
No, I think the Wampa is the abominable.
But the
those
things
things,
that they ride around on 2 legs.
He does just cut it open to keep.
Yeah, you cut it open, so now you grill the stuff from the inside, and you cut them up. You
It
eat
would
'em.
be like, yeah, it would be a turkey leg, but they'll call it that.
Yeah,
I don't know what those things were called, but yeah, it would be like that leg. We're gonna get a lot of comments on this one. I know we're butchering Star Wars trivia for sure, but I do know Minoc is correct. I mean, Minoc. There you go. Because they're just nuisance, and he just kills it really quick, right? He just blasts it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be like Minoc legs. Oh, it's gonna be great, fabulous.
If you can actually get into the land, it'll probably be pretty cool.
Yeah, by the time it opens in 2020, and then by the time you can get near it in like 2030, it'd be
Yeah.
great. Can't wait. Can't wait for then. They're not gonna add a train station in Disneyland?
I don't know.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm
No?
just joking. No,
No?
they shouldn't. No, it's weird enough they have one in Tomorrowland.
A little
The
bit.
futuristic land shouldn't really have one either.
They stick it in the back where nobody can really see it. So.
Yeah, but still, it's not. It's train.
Yeah, I know.
It's old. It's old technology. It shouldn't be in the futuristic land.
Hey, train is timeless, man.
Maybe.
Even in a galaxy far away.
Well, it was a long
It was a long time ago.
It was the
yeah.
past. It's a long
Yeah,
time
it was
ago. Yeah, and again, we're talking mostly land now, but I mean, in Florida, it would just make much more sense, and
Yeah.
they have much more. It doesn't have to be a bottleneck there. I
Right.
mean, they might screw it up and do that anyway.
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't put it past them, but
No, yeah.
there they definitely have flexibility to not do that. You know, it can be a nice little loop within itself. You know, with at least 1 or 2 ways in and out, at least, maybe if not 3. They could definitely do that there.
And they really, really should.
Then they should. All right. I don't know anything else.
No, I think that's good.
Are they gonna have like walk around slave Leia next to naked and
High on coke.
like
Yeah,
an
it could
iron
be.
bikini and high on coke? Yes. It's both. It's both in the universe of the movie and also a little nod to real life. Little wink to reality.
All right, that's Star Wars Land. What's the next thing?
All right. So you got it. You heard it here first.
You heard it here last.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars coming to you.
Okay, so what else is Disney doing? They're doing a
All
Toy Story Land.
What's Toy Story?
I don't
You
know.
got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Everything gets a song today.
Yeah. So does anybody remember this, by the
I've
way, that
s-
they announced this?
I've seen the film.
Because I totally forgot about this.
All of them, actually.
Well, the first 2 are really great. I mean, the third one is fine, too. The first 2 in particular, though, are excellent films.
I think they're all 3 are pretty equally great, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually very good.
This is a good idea for a land.
Yes, it is a good idea for a land.
You got a lot of characters. I mean, really, you can just keep pulling out old toys and do whatever you want with them. It doesn't even have to be limited to the movie. But I mean, there was so much stuff in the movies that
Yeah, but you have 3 movies. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
so much material just within that. So they're finally doing it. A full Toy Story land. They already kind of flirted with the idea in Hollywood studios. They kind of made, it's like Toy Story Plaza,
Pixar Studios,
Pixar Plaza, maybe?
Pixar Plaza, sure.
Something like that. The former Mickey Avenue. So they have that, and now I guess they're going to finally expand into a more full land. That's actually a common theme. In that park, they had the little Star Wars area, now going to expand to a full land.
Yeah.
Little Toy Story area going to do the same thing. This is cool. It's fun for the kiddies. It really is a
Yeah.
perfect theme for a kids area.
Oh
And
yeah.
I say that, but I guess, I mean, in theory, the idea of Disney is everything's a kids area, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know. It looks like they're doing a lot. They're actually doing a roller coaster.
Yeah, they're doing the Jim Varney's dead roller coaster.
Yeah, it's interesting. The character they picked is the one where the original voice actor died.
Yeah, they're doing the Slinky Dog.
Slinky
coaster.
Dog roller coaster. I guess just because he's long, so it's an excuse for a coaster train.
Yeah, that's
Is that
the
the only
approach,
reason?
I guess.
Is that the only reason why, though?
I think that's it.
Because it's not like you're gonna slinky around, and I don't think it's gonna have any kind of slinky motion.
I doubt it.
Or is it? Is it gonna? Are they gonna simulate slinky down the stairs? Are they gonna have a quadruple down like lightning rod?
No, that's probably just, like a roller skater or something, like a Vekoma roller skater.
You think? I
Probably
thought,
something
I
like
thought it was
that.
maybe gonna have a launch.
Is it?
I
don't know.
think it's gonna be like a junior launch coaster,
all right.
kind of a family junior launch. I think. You never know for sure with Disney.
I don't know.
I don't know who's making it. They don't usually make their own coaster track anymore,
I'm sure they
so it's probably
gave
someone.
Vekoma the call.
You again?
Probably, yeah.
They have done Intamin before though.
They did. That was just one time. That was a weird thing.
That was like they lost their minds.
Yeah, I don't know what they
That's a
were
mistake.
doing.
They dialed the wrong
Well, no,
number.
that was
They dialed the wrong number. Or Intamin intercepted the call for Vekoma.
well, no, that was when they were trying to be hip and edgy and like, who's the hip and edgy coaster maker out there? And they went with Intamin
Okay, because they had just done like Millennium Force.
because they were that was when Disney was in that really stupid mindset.
I don't know if that's so stupid. In some ways, I wish they would have continued and actually done more thrills.
No, that coaster itself turned out fine.
I wish
but,
they'd done more thrills.
no, but the whole concept, hip and edgy concept for that whole park was really bad. and
it just
failed.
didn't work the way they did it.
Yeah.
The execution wasn't there, but I think the idea was good. But
I think
It-
I don't
it
think so. I
was-
think it's misguided.
it was kind of unique to that time. We were coming out of the 90s, and they were kind of a little late to the party. The 90s being sort of an edgy decade.
Oh yeah.
And they were just finally getting around to it, and then everything changed right after that anyway. And then Disney also realized that it wasn't right for them, and totally did a 180 on the whole thing.
Right. That's why I don't think it was a good idea. It really isn't a good fit for them. They're messing around with shit that they shouldn't have been messing around with, really.
yeah.
Although I like California Screaming, though. I think it's a good
guess.
ride.
It's a good ride. Yes, it is a good ride. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. It's a good ride.
It is a good ride.
They could use a couple more like it, but not that exact thing, but just something at that thrill level, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt. But whatever, we're not going to see that ever again either. But so Slinky Dog looks interesting, or could be interesting. Just
Yeah.
I guess Jim Varney's not going to do the voiceover.
I guess
Not going to do the station announcement. But again, he was already dead by the third one.
Yeah.
So someone else already took over that role of that dog for Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but
Jam Carney.
so it's going to be a Slinky Dog.
There's going to be some sort of attraction themed to those little green alien toys.
Little Green Men.
Those guys.
Yes, they kind of sound like the Purple People Eater. Actually, I like short shorts.
Yeah.
They're kind of like that. I never really realized that before, but they are.
So is this just another hub and spoke deal?
Oh, is it? Or is it like wasn't it supposed to be a bumper cars? That was something that was rumored for a ton of time. It was
I
going to
don't
be some
know.
kind of bumper car, and you'll see the claw on the ceiling, like maybe kind of coming down, little fake out. Otherwise, I could see hub and spoke. I mean, I could definitely see that. That's all they do when it comes to flat rides. Although Universal just is guilty of that.
Yeah.
Only doing hub and spoke flat rides. Or another teacups, maybe.
Okay.
Green Alien Men teacup. Or bumper car, one of the three.
Okay.
Because they have done that, and they don't have that in Florida. It's like the worst bumper cars you've ever ridden is the ones in California Adventure.
Oh yeah.
They go like half a mile an hour. You couldn't bump anyone if you wanted to.
No.
They do talk to you though. It's kind of cool. But
Well, it's well themed and everything.
well, it's the Disney
but-
touch, but
yeah.
they suck though. Or like the Mater's Junkyard. It'll be something that you've seen before, almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, or it'll be the different version of Mater's Junkyard. One of those is what it's gonna be. And then what else?
They're expanding.
Woody doesn't get anything. No Woody, no Buzz Lightyear.
No Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, I don't know.
Wouldn't that have been the more natural roller coaster, by the way? Buzz Lightyear's
You would think.
flight.
Well, they're expanding Midway Mania. They're going to add another one.
That's not exciting at all, of course. I'm not so sure about that. That's a bad idea. There's already 2 sides, right?
Yeah.
Is it the third one?
I'm pretty sure there's already 2, yeah.
I do understand it gets like a 2-hour wait every day
Yeah.
that never subsides, and the Fast Pass is sold out after like an hour.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. I actually I don't even know how it works now. Under the old paper system, I said sold out, but it was out. They were just out of them for the entire day after like an hour. I don't even know how it works now, but whatever. But the Plus thing, I guess people were reserving it, 5 years in advance. That's how crazy. That's how crazy it is. So with all that, I get it, like short term, but I mean, is this a good long term investment? Everything, the popularity subsides at some point. Maybe one of the bigger things about it is that the Toy Story theme is beloved by kids and families so much that they just clamor to it. But if you're going to do the land, that's going to now divide that audience
Okay.
in a more organic way. Because now a number of them are going to be waiting for the Slinky Coaster, a number of them will be waiting for the Flat Ride, and a number of them will be trying the Buzz Juice and and whatever else, the silly drinks and stuff. So isn't that enough to kind of divide the crowd up? And then why do you want to add a third track? Because eventually that's going to become redundant.
That's a good argument, yeah.
Matterhorn still gets a healthy line too, but they never built a third track of that.
Right.
It's like, it's enough. It may have been really insane for a number of years, but eventually the park got enough other attractions, and that ride became old enough. Eventually it will just kind of even out. I kind of think they should just let it happen organically.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
they're doing I think doing nothing else Toy Story, that would be stupid. But I think just the land, I think, is a great idea. The land and other attractions to go along with Midway Mania is perfect. I don't think more Midway Mania is the answer.
Yeah, I think you're right. It still gets massive waits, but I think, to your argument, it might be because they really just haven't put anything in that park. So what else are the people going to do? Yeah, so if you add these other family attractions
with the similar theme
then,
too,
yeah,
all Toy Story,
then it should knock that weight down.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Adding a third track, that is a bad investment. You're right. That's not a good idea.
So money poorly spent, in my opinion.
Oh well.
And it's not even a new attraction. You can't advertise it.
It's
just more of the same.
That's true too. It's not even like you tweaked it or changed it at all.
It's I don't like it.
You really kind of are just throwing money down the toilet.
You're doing that. That's the worst thing about this Toy Story Land. Otherwise, it's not a bad thing.
No, I think it'll be good.
This is unique just to Hollywood Studios, right? There's no Disneyland or West Coast component with this.
No. Well, the California Adventure has that Bugs Life land,
which is nice.
That's similar to what this will be.
I do like walking around there.
It's the whole idea of you got like shrink down to a really tiny size and everything's really big. You know what I mean?
I didn't really think about that. I guess that's going to happen with Toy Story Land too. It's just by its very nature, it's going to have to be where it shrunk.
So it's kind of a very similar idea.
Which doesn't really make sense, but
no.
Because no humans are shrunk in those movies.
No.
Andy is full size the whole time. But for us to, so it's just we're supposed to experience.
Well, it doesn't really make sense in the Bugs Life land either. I mean,
there's just no people at all in that.
Right.
Yeah. Why are we shrinking down into these worlds? Why is that happening?
You got to get on their level, see it from their point of view.
It's just
walk in their shoes.
I mean, I get why. Yeah, that's why they want to do it, but I don't know. Yeah, why? There's no excuse for us to be there.
I'm okay with it though. I don't really give a shit. It's nice theming. They do a very good job.
It's just funny.
And they can get very creative with all the signs and even just simple things like railings and stuff. Make it look like they're made out of these different toys and stuff. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
they do a lot of that, and it's very creative.
Yeah, there's already a bit of that in the plaza, so yeah, there'll probably be a ton of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll reference toys of days past as well, all over the place.
Well, you have to. Everything's. What are you going to put? Like an iPhone in there? I mean, that's all there is today. So. there are no physical toys.
There's only one toy every kid has now.
There are no, like multiple little tiny toys that kids have, right? That doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know.
Just an iPhone.
I find it hard to believe that there would be. So there'll be all toy references and stuff. I guess it'll be kind of fun. And I guess, so this in conjunction with Star Wars is going to remove the rest of the backlot concept.
I would think,
in that
yeah.
park. So that's all those city streets and the fake facades of buildings in the background and stuff. That I guess that's the end of all that.
Yeah. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playset.
Is that finally going?
I would assume.
Or that would just be in the middle of Toy Story Land. They'll just keep that. So I've been shocked that's still there even
I know.
the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They might finally get rid of that, huh?
I think they probably
They'll save
will.
like one fake blade of grass and and they'll incorporate it into the Toy Story Land. And
Yeah,
that'll be like the homage. That this Tony I Shrunk the Set was here
Honey, I Shrunk the Set.
15 years too much. Yes. Tony I Shrunk the Set.
Yeah, I guess the only question is, what is the fate of Lights, Motors, Action?
Oh, what do you mean? If the fate
Is that going to stay, or are they going to bulldoze that? What are they going to do with that?
Does anybody see it?
I don't know.
Aren't they down to like one show? We were there
Yeah.
a bunch of years ago, and it was already down to like one show a day or so,
Yeah.
2 shows a day maybe.
And that's been there for about 10 years.
That's it. I feel
It's
like it's been there. And that I feel like it's been there forever.
Yeah, I know. That's if they get rid of that, which really they should. I don't think it's a really great show.
It never worked here.
Yeah, that's kind of a failure on their part. I mean, only like a 10-year run, 10, 11-year run.
Well, they've
It's
had
not that long.
They've had worse failures, but
But I mean, I'm just saying compared to like Indiana Jones, the other stunt show in the park that's been there since 89 or 90.
yeah, I guess I never thought about it that way, but I guess that was like the final attempt at trying to do something like movie-esque.
Yeah, I
in that
guess
park.
so. Yeah.
Some kind of like we're going to show you how things are done in movies. Like
Right.
it was a bunch of years too late. The park overall had already abandoned that concept, but for some reason they just did that one attraction
Yeah.
in that park. I know it was built for overseas and then it was a carbon copy, but still they brought it over here knowing what it was, that we're going to try one last attempt to try to get like a behind the magic kind of behind the movie magic concept attraction in here, and we all rejected it. But not for that. I think just because it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? The whole behind the movie magic is dead.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's, the special features came out on DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go to a park now, and watch stuff on TVs there. You can watch it at home. You can watch it on YouTube. How they make movies.
And I can tell you how they make movies.
And then that plus the CG era.
It's all computers.
And that's the other thing that killed it. So now there's just no need for a movie theme park.
Right.
So yeah, that'll be the end of that, and that's it. Oh, one last thing. It is Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
We should we talked about Star Wars, but yeah, that's the same thing. Is it just gonna be called Star Wars Land?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a real lazy.
No, you know
I
what?
think that's going on here.
They may change that because
Or
Avatar Land, they eventually they're gonna call it Pandora is the official name.
so it's okay. So this is just like working titles.
I'm just guessing here that Toy Story Land will be the official final name. Star Wars Land, I hope they give it a schnazzier name.
I hope it's just there's something Land is really lazy,
But yeah.
but it is Cars Land, right? That is official.
It is Cars Land, yeah.
Cars Land.
We said that. No, we said that when we were there at the time, whenever that was, 2012.
20 years ago. Oh, 20 years ago. 2012. Okay.
You remember that? We said that. We were like, wait, why is this called Cars Land? It's the name of the movie. It doesn't make any sense. It should be called whatever the hell the name of the town is in the movie
Yes.
to actually fit thematically.
It's lazy and it's like kind of not Disney.
It's not.
To do
Oh,
that.
yeah, it really isn't.
It's they're always supposed to be that everything is what it is. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
To you in the theme of the world you're entering into. Like even individual rides in the past, it was always like to fit the theme, like you'd enter into whatever it was. Like the sign above the arch that you're entering into might just say, something factory or something, Just use an example that doesn't exist there, I don't think, but you know what I'm getting at. I can't think of anything right now, but it's like that. And then the ride sign would be off to the side, small.
Well, it's
Because like it wasn't supposed to be like ruining the illusion.
Yeah, well, it's like Tower of Terror. You know, it says Hollywood
Oh.
Tower Hotel, and then if you stick around long enough, you'll see that the Tower of Terror actually shines through on the sign. But
That probably was the best idea ever for that, by the way.
oh yeah,
How to get the two things together, how to combine, like it had to let you know what it was as a park goer, but at the same time to be absolute with the theme.
yeah,
You know, it was great. And it's like GeForce Records,
GeForce
right next
Records,
door.
right, yeah.
Same thing. It doesn't, you know. But yeah, going to like Cars Land, yeah, it's kind of like Six Flags.
yeah. That's lazy and it just doesn't make sense.
So Toy Story Land would be the same thing. It should be, you know, Andy's backyard or something,
it should be
right? It shouldn't be. It should never be called Toys Land at any point.
Yeah,
You know, it should be Andy's backyard featuring toys, like, you know, the logo from the movie though, toys, you know, trademark. That'd be more how Disney
like the Robin Williams movie
would have done it. Well, that's
featuring toys.
now Barry Levinson's toys. Now you're talking about a.
Where's that land?
That's a good one. They should do. Actually, I would love to see that. That would be a lot of fun.
There actually was a lot of interesting, visually interesting stuff in that movie.
Yeah, you could actually you could argue you could make a better dark ride than the movie was.
Oh,
Out of that,
yeah.
just because it is.
Yeah, you could.
It's so visual and trippy that, like, in long form, like whatever it was, an hour 45, 2 hour movie.
I think it was like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like a
longer than it needs to be.
It got old really quick and it didn't really work all that well. But like in a ride, like a 5-minute dark ride, that you could really make use of that imagery. And then you have a natural villain. You have like the over the top war toys that can really kill you, you know? So it could start kind of happy and then it goes, you have the dark part and then you have to be saved by the good toys. And then, you know, and you can have like that trippy music video part. You can have like a
thing.
music video room or something where you're going through that while on screens all around you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a full sensory experience. That could be a lot of fun.
Sure.
I mean, too bad nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. And we're just dating ourselves by talking about this movie from like 1992.
92, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'd love to see it.
Okay.
It's going to be put in my park. I'll tell you that. My park of nothing but quirky themes.
Okay.
Toys.
So that's Toy Story Land.
So Toy Story Land. Yeah.
No, that's good for them.
Night Ride with Thanks for Writing.
All right. Zavatar Land.
Avatar. Beautiful. Pandora.
The movie that everyone saw but no one remembers.
Sums it right up. The movie that was the flavor of the month and not much else.
So Avatar, they gave us a couple more details about Avatar. We actually
Avatar.
we have talked already about
Avatari?
why
We did talk about this already, didn't we?
we already talked about why this is not a good idea. But it seems
Right.
that everybody thinks it's not a good idea. That's a consensus that I get.
We're not
Nobody
alone.
is into this.
Except for one gentleman, Joe Road.
He's the only person,
He
I
thinks,
guess.
well, apparently this is, I guess, is going to be his legacy. Well, the whole park is really his legacy.
Oh yeah, the entire park.
And we all know how well the whole park's gone so far. So
Yeah.
I don't know why Disney would even like give this guy the reins to anything at this point. Really.
Well, Everest was a huge hit. I think that was,
Everest, again.
but I think that was
I mean,
the test. Like if he could make a hit with Everest, they were going to keep him around and have him do Avatar. If not, they were going to boot him out on his
I
ass.
think that's what it was. But
I don't know. I'm. This is pure speculation. I'm making all this up.
Everest, yeah, you're just making shit up now.
I am.
Everest, what was a hit because it's a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. That's all there is to it.
Not very good.
They
roller
could have
coaster.
like, yeah, it's not even that great, and they could have like built like half the detailed mountain around it, and it still would be as big a hit as it is. It's like something else to do in that park, and it's a little thrill, and people do like thrills,
Mhm,
and not just like 18 and over, or not even just like people with bad attitudes and assholes like us. It's like good people like thrills too. to go back to that point about like California Screaming and that era, like that's why I don't know that they should have abandoned that. I just don't. I mean, people like it. I don't. It's not like a, you know. I mean, there's
Yeah, I
limits.
get it.
I understand they wouldn't put like, you know, like Dragster in, but like at least like moderate thrills. Like it's, you know,
Sure.
kids of 10 like that. It's not so far out there. But yeah, that's a hit because it's a roller coaster and for no other reason, in my opinion. You know, I mean, the Yeti broke, and did it matter? No.
No,
Because in the
didn't
end,
matter
it's
at
not
all.
a thrill. It's not a hit because of that. It's hit because of the thrill factor. You know, it's not. Trust me, the queue that's like loaded with like twice as much crap as it should be loaded with, just shit thrown everywhere, packed into the walls, and you know, fake shells everywhere of shit. That's not why it's a hit.
No.
You know. But anyway, Avatar. So what's the new deal here? There's a new model, right? They're
There's
showing
a new
off.
model. I mean, really, the things that were rumored turned out to be true. There's going to be a Soarin'-style e-ticket ride where you ride one of those
Oh, you're right.
Rancors or whatever they're called.
Banshees.
Banshees.
They're actually called Banshees, which is, you know, I think Skeeter Fair has something to say about that. I mean, I've ridden a Banshee. Now, if Disney's Banshee ride could be anything like that, you know, maybe you got me, but I'm already thinking no, so.
So they're going to have that. They're going to have a boat ride through Avatar's Wonderland.
Got a boat ride to nowhere.
And
Avatar Station. Yes, the boat ride is going to be like, it's the part of the forest that's like, it's so heavily wooded that it's always like dark.
yeah.
So you can see the phosphorescent plants.
Yeah, that's the excuse to have that in a warehouse.
So it's just going to be a boat in a warehouse, and it's just going to be like glow in the dark fake plants.
Yeah.
It's I already don't want to see. I'm already falling asleep.
Right.
I'm already bored.
And a nighttime show. Well, though that's kind of separate from Avatar, I guess.
That's
but,
in the main river.
But
right?
yeah, they're doing a nighttime show.
they're going to use that river again finally. There's like a boat ride in it for like a week, and then well, the park's going to be open at night again. Yippee.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki.
Well, they got to have those glowing plants. You know.
Yippee-ki, yay.
Well, they actually came up with a backstory for this whole thing.
This they did. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I mean, they didn't bother to come up with a reason why you're shrunken down to toy level.
right?
And as far as so far, there's nothing with Star Wars, but there probably will be like Star Tours.
there will
There'll probably
be
be some.
something.
It'll be some kind of like you're on a tour. You know, they're just going to add Earth, pretend as if Earth exists in the Star Wars galaxy. That doesn't, but it's a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
But somehow they'll just take that one little leap, and if you could accept that, then you could accept that there's some kind of tour you can go on, and you could tour the different planets of the Star Wars galaxy.
sure.
So I'm sure that's what that will be. And this is some kind of a tour as well, right? I believe it's some kind of we're on an expedition to this planet, which actually already makes more sense. Earth does exist in this. Because
Yes,
in
it
the
does.
movie, it's, you know, human beings are exploiting this planet.
Yeah, you're gonna Ace is gonna take you on this tour, I guess. American Coaster Enthusiasts.
Oh, this is an Ace event.
Yeah.
Well, that's convenient. Since there's no roller coaster in sight,
So
they're gonna love that.
yeah.
Well, no, they're gonna put that Woody, right? It's gonna be
A wooden roller coaster.
yeah, just a wooden roller
In
coaster.
Avatar Land.
Like a real Woody, not even Rocky Mountain. They'll be like they're gonna get GCI and they're gonna build a wooden roller coaster. They're gonna paint it blue,
Okay.
so it'll just be blue painted. That's kind of like Scooby Doo,
They're gonna call it Banshee.
and they're gonna call it Banshee. No, what else is what are they called? Navi,
Navi. Okay.
the Navi coaster.
The gnarly Navi.
Yeah, there you go, gnarly Navi hurler. And it's a wood coaster, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be an Ace Coaster Classic within a week
Yep.
because there'll be no seatbelts and just a buzz bar. Total new stuff for Disney. New territory here.
That would be really interesting if they did that.
Well, of course, I'd be 10 times more excited if that's what it was actually going to be.
No, this is Ace. This is Alpha Centauri Expeditions.
Oh, they're just making shit up, aren't they? Or is that from the
Of course
movie?
they are. I have no idea.
Now this is one. Okay, this was second highest grossing ever.
Yeah.
I was not part of that.
No, Avatar. This is highest.
Yeah. Oh, this is highest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avatar's
This
number one.
This beat Titanic. That's right.
Yeah.
Highest grossing ever. Yeah, I'm not part of that.
I did see it in theaters, but I saw it
Boo.
after it already became the highest grossing.
Like, it would have been fine for like a short form, like public service announcement about like be kind to the forest or something. But for like a 3-hour movie, it was like, oh, geez, what is this?
Yeah. Well,
You know? And then the rest was just the visuals, but I still to this day don't understand why that was spectacular. CG was already overused tremendously already going into that film. It's like it's not mysterious how they did any of that. It's all in a computer.
yeah.
You know, I don't get it. Why was that so spectacular? I actually think seeing the practical version of the effects in this land, I'm more excited to see that.
Yeah.
What they didn't build for the movie because they didn't have to. I want to see how they do it though for this land.
That will be interesting.
Because, you know, they're not going to be able to just do it in a computer for that.
I think part of the appeal was that, oh, look at James Cameron created this whole universe just like George Lucas did with Star Wars. I think it was like that.
It's a new Star Wars. Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's totally not. It totally didn't turn out that
And
way.
a couple years later, it's like we're just waiting for the next Star Wars movie. And yeah.
Yeah.
But Disney's doing both lands anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't have to even wonder. It's like, which one's going to be more attended?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, you don't have to even.
It's a no-brainer,
It's,
yeah.
of course. It's Avatar. No, I'm joking. Of course, Star Wars. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, and it's funny. Yeah, they put the better one in the park that gets more attended to start with,
Yeah.
and not in Disneyland, the really one that doesn't need it, also getting in Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
And then like the park that's I think of the American parks is the least attended. I think. Or
It's
is,
gotta
it or is it
be.
Epcot at this point? Because Epcot probably doesn't do very well anymore.
I gotta say still that Animal Kingdom probably does
Probably.
the
Well,
does the worst.
If you want to, if the operating hours indicate anything, then you
Yeah.
probably say, yeah, it has to be that. Because they're still afraid to have it open past like 5. Because the crowds don't come. You know, no one
Right.
shows up. And the people who do come are done in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So they're giving that like the worst theme. You know, it's like it's getting a Superland, but it's getting like the weakest one.
Yeah.
You know,
It really is.
so it's kind of weird there too. Whatever. I'm not looking forward to it all that much. Maybe as an odd experiment, I am. I don't know. In the end, the timetables for these things are just so long. I can't get excited anyway.
Yeah, right.
Like you have to start seriously like wondering like, am I going to see it in my lifetime? I don't know. I mean, that's maybe a little exaggeration, but I mean, come on.
I guess it is kind of like morbid curiosity where it's like, how much is it going to suck?
Well, yeah. Well, already we're expecting what? So just shit everywhere, right? Bunch of stuff. That's Joe Rogan
Oh,
style.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's just going to be all the queues and all the walkways. It'll be a clutter of crap.
Yeah.
It's going to be phosphorescent blue scat. It'll be like Navi scat, and Banshee
Yeah.
scat. That'll be everywhere. We already talked about this. It's going to be like the glowing blue drink or something.
Oh, it's got to be.
It'll be like blueberry juice or whatever. They're gonna have these dumb things walking around. But aren't they supposed to be like 8 feet tall? They're supposed to be bigger than people,
The Navi, yes.
right? So
Yeah.
I'm
It's
looking at a
supposed to be like 8-10 feet tall or
I'm looking
something.
at a
yeah.
picture right now, and it's like shorter than Joe Road. So I don't know how this is working out.
Well, they'll just be human sized.
They're gonna fudge it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not gonna figure it out.
Either that or they'll put them on stilts and it'll look awkward.
They already have the stilt walkers. I've seen those in
Yeah.
that park along the back of the park. They do like the camouflage
Yeah.
clothing on stilts. They do that.
They could do that. That's going to be pretty awkward.
But that doesn't
looking.
look like that's not their look either, though.
Right.
They're not like long, skinny legs. It's not-
That's right. That's the problem.
they're like proportionate, but just larger than people.
yeah.
So it's either way, it's like probably not going to happen or not going to work.
Yeah. I don't know.
They'll try, but it won't work very well, unless they want to find 8-foot giants. I guess I know what Big Show's next job's going to be. You got a job for you, buddy. Just gotta lose some weight first, though, because they're not fat either.
They're not.
All the Nabis are like they're like really fit. They're really like muscular and like thin, great shape. Yeah, and then the thing is they're supposed to have some of those floating mountains.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
So it's like I'm kind of, although I think I've already seen some of the model, and I already kind of have an idea how they're gonna do it. There's gonna be like trees or vines like right up against it, and that's just really what the sports are gonna be hidden.
Well, of course. Yeah.
So it's not gonna even look that great. I don't think it's you're gonna see what how they did it. It's almost like, why even try? Because it's like your eyes gonna easily pick up where the supports are.
And it looks like they'll have a giant planet in the background somehow. They're going to figure that out.
Yeah, is that gonna be there? I see that in the model, but you think so? That's gonna be a big flat, a big cardboard flat
Yeah, I don't know.
in the sky? Or maybe that'll be part of the show building for one of the rides.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be.
They'll just do it that way. So that's how you get that back there. That, though, I don't know. Is that going to even look right? It's just going to be in the sun. I don't know. I can't see that looking that great.
Maybe they won't do that. I don't know.
This is a land that the whole thing needs to be in a dome.
Yeah.
It needs to be a giant biodome, and then this is where you have all these plants and
Biodome.
stuff. And yes, with Pauly Shore. No, it needs to be a giant dome, really. The whole thing needs to be a contained universe that you can control the light, and you could pull all this shit off. This is going to be tough in the Florida sun.
It will.
So, I don't know. Best of luck to them. I'm not very excited about Avatar Land.
No, nobody is.
No. And I'm even less excited about ever going to Animal Kingdom ever again. But we're not going to those parks. What is it? $1,000 a day? Not doing it.
Yeah.
All right, is that it? Avatar.
That's it for Avatar.
Thanks for riding on Night Rides.